Treat every weapon as if it was loaded. Don't point a weapon at anything you don't want to shoot. Keep your finger straight and off the trigger. Keep your weapon on safe until you're ready to fire.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tactical Talks. So in this episode, I wanted to talk to y'all about my Keltec Sub 2000. Now, I know I've talked about this gun recently. You guys have seen it in the past when I first got it and how excited I was to get it. I mentioned it here recently in a video talking about a backpack gun or the perfect truck gun. I didn't want to make these videos turn out to be like I'm teaching you guys something every Friday, because that's not necessarily what this is about. By no means am I any kind of like weapons expert. I just know what I like. I know what I have. I have my own opinion on the things that I have and why I bought the things that I bought and kind of my recommendations. So I didn't want to turn this segment into me teaching you something every single week as far as the best way to do it or the most tactical way to do things. That's not what this is for. It's more for me just having fun, me putting information out there. When I first started making YouTube videos and actually like sitting down and wanting to make videos, it was about gun stuff. I was so interested in gun stuff, and I would watch these videos of guys that would say, this is cool, and that was it. You know, there wasn't too much information, or the combination of things that I was putting on, you know, whether it was my Glock 43 or my Glock 17, stuff like that. I wanted the people to just see the way I built things. So that's kind of what this, I guess this segment, within this segment is going to be. This is going to be me showing my Sub 2000, and my Sub 2000 is nothing special yet. I've added a couple of things to it. I've got 3 more things coming, and I was going to wait to do the video until I got those 3 things in and do a quick overview of everything, whatever, but I want to show you guys the progress that I've made so far, and then I'll talk about the things that are coming. Why I chose to get those things. Some of them are for aesthetics. I do like my guns to look a certain way, but at the same time, a lot of it will have to do with the function of the way the gun performs. So this is my Keltec Sub 2000. This is it folded. Most of you know what a Keltec Sub 2000 is if you're into guns. If you're not into guns, this thing shoots a pistol caliber bullet out of a rifle style gun, and it's gonna be kind of hard to and it folds in half, which is a pretty big deal, whether you're trying to conceal it, whether you think that's cool, whatever the case is. That's kind of what first drew me to this gun. So with this gun, I've added 2 things, modified 1 thing that I had on it within this last week. And like I said, I do have 3 things ordered already that are coming for this, and there may be more stuff coming soon. But this is kind of the part 1, like I said, segment within a segment, and I wanted to just talk about this. Here locally, there's 2 different gun shops that have the Keltec Sub 2000. So if you live here locally, my buddies that watch this channel that live here, hit me up. I know my buddy Frank, who helps me out with everything, has hit me up and said that he wanted to get a Sub 2000. Every time I show my Sub 2000, he usually comments and says, you know, I need to get one, I need to get one. And he's got a bunch of other stuff going on. But there are 2 people here in town that have a Keltec Sub 2000. I noticed that one of the places is doing, Glock runs what's called a blue label special. And this gun shop here in town is running a blue dot special. And it's essentially the same thing. It's a Keltec Sub 2000. The one that they have is chambered in 9mm. This is chambered in 40. But the one that they have, like I said, is cheaper than if you were to just go and buy it at any other gun shop or even online. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like I said, shout out to my buddy Frank. If you want to get one, they got one right now. You can get it fairly cheap. So this is the Magpul hand stop. That was the first thing that I added on here. I actually had the Magpul AFG, the angled foregrip 2 on here. And I really love that foregrip. I run that thing on, you know, my ARs and stuff like that. I think I had it on a shotgun for a little while. I just didn't like how big it was for how small this is. This hand stop works, I mean, perfect. My hand fits in there just right. I don't know if you guys can see the little grooves. My hand fits in there perfect. When I'm holding, when I'm shooting, it works. If I don't want to grab the entire hand stop like this, I can use my finger to get up on it here, and I can still hold it, still have good sight alignment, sight picture. It just works multiple different ways. The second thing that I did was, if you guys watched my previous video, I added a light on here. And funny enough, the brand of this light is just Tactical Light through Academy. And I paid about $15, $20 for this light. It's got a bright mode, it's got a dim mode, and then it's got the strobe mode. For this rifle, I don't need all those things on it. It's just kind of cool that it has it, especially for that price point. And then I have just a very generic, I don't even know the name of it, light mount. So that whole setup with the light and everything cost me maybe $35, $40 to add a light to this thing. Again, I'm not trying to reach out long distances. This isn't like my hunting rifle or nothing like that. This is just something I like to have fun with. But if I decide I want to shoot at night and there's no lights out, I have my own light on here. So that kind of takes care of that. The other thing that I just did from Tactical products, I'll link them down below. I was going to do an unboxing and all that stuff. With YouTube's new rules, I'm limited on unboxing. And I can show the unboxing, but the installation and all those different things. And I may not even link them down in the bottom, because that's kind of pushing it too. I'm not trying to push any products, promote any products. I don't want to get my videos deleted. But Tactical, instead of Tactical, it's COOL, Tactical products. Google them, you'll find it. It's this buffer tube sleeve right here. You can see it has the opening right there for the charging handle. This makes your buffer tube a little bit thicker, so when you're going to shoot, my cheek rests on there. It's a little bit more comfortable because it's rubberized, it's a little bit thicker, so my cheek isn't so far down. It kind of is a dual purpose deal. It's more of a comfort thing. It really doesn't add too much as far as functionality goes. The other thing that I added, also from Tactical, is this little cover. This is your charging handle. It's underneath your buffer tube here. This is just a metal charging handle piece, whatever. This is just a rubber coating that goes over it. So as you're racking, it's a little bit easier on your finger. You can shoot this gun longer without getting that soreness or that beat up, whatever out there on your finger. They have a bunch of other products. There's a couple other websites that I looked at for these that have a bunch of products. I don't really feel like getting into the internals of this thing yet. So everything that I've done has been on the outside. The third thing that I did, I can't really even see the name on this thing, but I bought this grip from Academy. And this is the Glock 23 version. Like I said, it holds a Glock 23 size magazines, and it's chambered in 40. The issue I ran into was when I pushed this grip all the way up, it kind of hung off the bottom. And as I was sliding in magazines, the rubberized grip was doing its job and gripping, but it was gripping the wrong thing. As I was sliding that magazine in there, the magazine would catch on there, and it was like getting stuck, and I'd go to pull the magazine out, and it'd have that little fold, and it was a huge pain in the butt. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just go get a like a Talon grip style, something I can 3M tape on there. Or I started looking around all the stuff. Well, I already have this grip. The grip works. I like the grip. I like the feel of it. It's just a little too long. So I got smart, and I just cut it. So I cut the top part of the grip. I just dropped that. I cut the top part of the grip a little bit at an angle because of the angle that's right here. And this is the piece that went there. Cut it off. Now it fits perfect. So now I have exactly what I need. This thing is a little more comfortable when I shoot. When I charge this thing back, it's more comfortable. When I put my face here, it's a little more comfortable. For me, if it's more comfortable, I'm going to want to shoot it more. So that's a plus for me. The other things that I have on order, one of them is the Strike Industries. It's the M-Lock covers for here. Now, I don't necessarily need it. I don't have huge hands by any means. My hands do fit comfortably on here. But I'm so used to gripping an AR-15 foregrip. So that's what my hand is used to. So it's not too uncomfortable to where I can't shoot or I don't like shooting. It just, my hand feels a little bit better with a little bit wider cupping motion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those on there. I think it'll make it look a little bit nicer. So that is part of it. It'll look a little bit nicer than just having all these M-Lock openings here. And like I said, I think it's going to feel a little bit better. Those are in the mail, so those will be coming soon. The other thing that I ordered is a butt cover for here. Because this is so skinny, it sits right up in your shoulder, which is perfect, but you get to shooting this thing over and over again. It doesn't have massive recoil, but because of how skinny it is, it kicking over and over and over again, it does get a little bit uncomfortable. So I know some people are going to say, just deal with it, whatever. Shotguns kick more or harder, and that's fine. This is my gun. I want it the way I want it. So I ordered that little buttstock cover. It's just a little padded deal. When the gun is folded, the barrel cover or the thread cover right here still kicks out farther than the cover will. So it's not adding too much length. Now, the third thing that I have on order is adding length when it's folded and, of course, when it's extended. But it's really not that big a deal. It's going to stick out maybe to here. Maybe that you can see that a little bit better. Maybe to there. I ordered a muzzle device that's supposed to mitigate some of the recoil. Now, again, like I said, this is a pistol caliber. This thing does not recoil that much. It's not like this thing's kicking up in the air, flying. It's not an elephant gun, nothing crazy. But my theory is if I can get back on target, even if it's, 0.002 seconds faster, why not? So, like I said, partially making this thing look a little bit better. It is going to operate a little bit better. It's a little bit more comfortable. The only other thing is magazines. I have magazines like crazy. I'm thinking about buying the Glock style drum magazine, and I have stick mags already, but the Glock style drum magazine, just to have it. This will operate in my Keltec Sub 2000, in my Glock 27, my Glock 22. So kind of a cool deal. That's where I'm at with this thing. Like I said, this is kind of a segment within a segment. This will be my Keltec Sub 2000 upgrade. It's not necessarily a build, but my Keltec Sub 2000 upgrades. Tell me what you guys think of this. If you guys have any questions about this, leave a comment down below. I'm more than happy to answer. I've had no issues with this thing. The furthest I've reached out with it as of right now is I think about 105, 110 yards, which isn't too crazy, but when you think about a pistol caliber going that far and being accurate with it, I mean, that's pretty impressive. I don't have any complaints as far as that goes. I got this from my buddies over at Texas Gun, so shout out to my buddies at Texas Gun here in Texas. Here in San Angelo, Texas. I told them that I wanted one, and then they hit me up and said, hey, look, man, we have your gun. Went over there, picked it up. I've had it for a while now, and I've really enjoyed shooting this thing. Of course, every time I go over there and I buy something, they always take care of me. And this isn't a paid promotion. Again, I like to endorse things that I believe in. I endorse more the people than I do the company. The people are just fantastic. Family-owned company, locally owned. I mean, you can't say too much more other than that, So if you guys have any questions, like I said, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for checking out this week's Tactical Talk. More to come on this, and more to come every Friday. So we'll see you guys on the next one.